Hi, I'm Michelle, and we're glad you joined us today.
We are MRI Reactions, where we look below the surface and go deeper into the spiritual side of a Christian song.
Hit the like and subscribe button and become part of our family. And mention this channel to your family and friends. It would help us grow. And hi, family. Glad you're here.
Please leave comments and suggestions. We would love to hear from you. Michelle, what is our song?
God Only Knows by For King and Country.
All right. Well, let's listen in.
While the world is sound asleep and too afraid of what might show up while you're dreaming. Nobody sees you. Nobody will believe you. And every day you try to pick up all the pieces, all the memories that somehow never leave you. Nobody sees you. Nobody will believe you. God only knows what you've been through. God only knows what they say about you. God only knows how it's killing you.
You know, we probably come into contact with all kinds of people on a daily basis that we don't have a clue what they're going through.
Right.
You know, we don't know what shoes they've been walking in, what kind of trials and tribulations.
And we all have them.
Yeah, what kind of sin they might be involved in. Or
what kind of sin they're trying to get out of.
Right, or just a bad circumstance, and they put on a face and nobody is the wiser. That's why in some ways we as Christians, we need to be able to walk through life with discernment, to have that sensitivity to the Spirit, to know just because somebody's got a smile on their face does not mean that it's deeper than their face.
When I was a young Christian, I went to a Pentecostal church for a while, and it was very hard because everybody just looked like they were having a great time and everybody was in really good shape. And I thought, well, what if you don't feel like you're in good shape? Are you allowed to not have a smile on your face? Are you allowed to look a little distressed or be a little quiet? And we should be able to. Church should be the safe place to do that, to really, to seek out support and to be real.
Well, it's a tough line because we want to walk in faith. We want to call things that are not as though they are. But yet at the same time, we ought to be able to be honest.
Right.
Not just us, but the world out there ought to be able to be honest.
Or like, I'm having a tough time, but I know God's going to see me through it.
Right.
Not, I'm fine.
Yeah. When we know you're not fine.
Right. And like you said, discernment's important. And that falls in with the hug thing. If you know somebody's struggling to try to look like they're okay, maybe that's a person you should give a hug to.
Right. Maybe it's even a person you should stop. Not tell them, I'll pray for you. Do it right then and there.
Right.
But there's a kind of love that God only knows. God only knows what you've been through. God only knows what they say about you. But God only knows the real you. There's a kind of love that God only knows. There's a kind of love. You keep a cover over every single secret. So afraid if someone saw them they would leave. But somebody sees you. Somebody will never leave you. God only knows.
And we definitely have to be honest with God.
Yeah.
We cannot fool him. He knows our hearts. He knows our thoughts. And it's only when we're honest with him that we can invite him to come in and help.
We had a friend who was going through a very, very hard time. His world was pretty much collapsing around him, and he was so upset, and he literally said, God, go away, I don't want you. Well, that was an honest feeling, but God knew that wasn't where he was. He was just in so much pain that he couldn't function.
Right.
But he could be that honest with God, and God understood.
Definitely.
Knows what you've been through. God only knows what they say about you. God only knows how it's killing you. But there's a kind of love that God only knows. God only knows what you've been through. God only knows what they say about you. But God only knows the real you. There's a kind of love that God only knows. For the lonely, for the ashamed, the misunderstood and the ones to blame. What if we could start over? We could start over. We could start over.
I love the idea that we can start over.
Right.
When we come before God and ask him to forgive us, it's like a chalkboard full of writing. And then he takes the eraser and wipes it clean. We're starting over with a clean slate.
And if we're stumbling along the way and we've kind of pulled away from things, we can just say, Jesus, forgive me, bring me back, and we can start over.
There goes the eraser again.
Yep.
Thank God. That doesn't mean we do it on purpose.
No.
But praise God, he's given us a safety net, and that safety net is Jesus Christ.
Oh, for the lonely, for the ashamed, the misunderstood and the ones to blame. What if we could start over? We could start over. We could start over. Cause there's a kind of love that God only knows. God only knows what you've been through. God only knows what they say about you. But God only knows the real you. There's a kind of love that God only knows. God only knows what you've been through. God only knows what they say about you. But God only knows the real you. There's a kind of love that God only knows. God only knows where to find you.
And that's a neat thing.
Yeah.
He knows where to find you.
And isn't it awesome? God only knows the real you. What's awesome about that is God still wants us. The real us does not scare God away.
Right. Boy, that should comfort us.
Yeah.
God only knows how to break through. God only knows the real you. There's a kind of love that God only knows.
Nice song.
Yeah. For king and country.
And God is so personal. He knows each of us as people, all the way to counting the hairs on our head.
Right. Yeah. He's a personal God. He knows your heart. He knows your thoughts. He wants to be included. He wants to be part. But he's waiting for you. Call on his name today. Ask him for help. Ask him to intervene and come into your situation. Ask him to take that eraser and clean that board. Ask him to give you a new life, a new opportunity, a new chance. And then trust him that he'll do it. He'll do what he says he's going to do. Well, folks, thanks for listening, and we love and appreciate you all so much.
And remember, a praise song a day keeps the enemy away. And give somebody a hug today.
Yeah, and fill up with this amazing, amazing Jesus. And let's go out and show the world who he really is. Let's touch our world. God bless.
Bye.
Bye.